This is me. Currently, I originally actually come from North Macedonia, Skopje, and at this moment I sit in the comfort zone of my home in Brno. My way to tech actually started not a long time ago, but I was most probably thinking about it since I was very little. And I believe it is the inner perspective what we have built within ourselves since young age, what will trace our path, even in the career. So here I am. Let me show you, or let me start by simply I'm trusting you. And why I'm saying this is I would like you to close your eyes and we can go through this little exercise together. I would like to find out everybody of us now what they think, having assumed you already closed your eyes, what do you think a profession of a Linux system administrator is? Most important question is who does it? Is it a female? Is it a male? How it is dressed? Can you imagine how it looks like? What color they wear? Anything that you can imagine, please do it. The purpose is to focus on, let's say, imaginary person who does Linux engineering in their career. What do you think? Who can do this? Is it an alien or just an ordinary human being? Or it has to be some person who is good at math, maybe physics? Good. This is enough. I would like to ask you to open your eyes and come with me. I will set you questions so you can write down your answers in the chat, and we'll take them together after the slides. So who of you imagined a similar person as on the slide? Imagine it as wearing glasses, having tights, shirt, nicely dressed, custom-made suit. Has anybody thought of this? Or if you haven't, maybe you have thought to be some guy dressed in a comfortable hoodie in a weird color, entertaining, gaming, yellow, orange. Has anybody had an idea of somebody who could wear hoodie? If not, I'm having next one. How many of you thought it could be a female, a woman, or a girl, regardless age, race, nothing matters, just a female? Yes, now I would like to see your answers. I'm going back from this meeting in the presentation view. Yeah, in the chats, I can see. I can see somebody wrote, not me. All right. Man with glasses. We have, but clear blue, right? Martina, me. Katerina, not me. A nerd female, almost close. Can be. I thought it could be anyone regardless of gender. Super. So I imagined my son. That's very futuristic, successful career, if I can say. It takes dedication and to be honest, it takes the dedication, it takes decision and also support from the family. Yes. Well, in my opinion, I have never thought nor I have ever done something which is allowing me to learn what is Linux, not even in my childhood, not even in my high school, university, master degree. I have never met the term Linux because as a student back in 2014, I have graduated in economics. I wanted to be forever, since forever I know myself, somebody who works in a bank because I thought those people have no stress and they always look nicely. However, I was completely mistake. Luckily, I didn't have the chance to work in any bank, but maybe I did trainings as paid internships, can said. However, up to the 2015, I have every day in my life thought that how well it will be to work outside my country. This happened to be true since I got an offer and I moved to Czechia. However, forgetting about all hard studies, the days, what I have been through, meaning forgetting I have master degree in project management or that I was working hard in electronic business to become some web developer or anything. However, I grabbed the chance to be just a customer service representative in Czech Republic. And since 2015, I can say that my career started from ground zero. I have never regretted this decision. Why? We will see how it developed. And it has nothing to do with what I have studied, but what life brought and taught me. To the 2019, I was working and living in Brno, in Czech Republic, where I luckily got an offer as a replacement to be speaking at a conference in Brno uh, as sharing my current experience from soft skills to hard skills. Means here in Czech Republic, they are splitting the career paths as if you know some IT skill, you belong to the hard skill group of people. And if you do not, for example, if you are customer service or project management or manager, you belong to the soft skills. So since 2019 in Czech Republic, the hot topic was women in tech. And I have got this chance, I grabbed it, and I recorded my first public speaking event for women in tech in Czech Republic. And I believe this was the starting point where I actually reached or boosted up my career to become what I am today. I have never thought or never believed in me since I passed through this, let's say, public speaking event. And why it was important? Because people are here around you when you are going to the Women in Tech conferences. There are not only women, not only um, um, girls who are just on the edge of their career, but men who also see you, talk about you, motivate you, asking you, how did you come here? Why did you choose to speak? And simple questions that can boost your own curiosity. And it started actually triggering my interest into, yeah, what if I came this point, why I cannot go further? And up to 2025, I have been studying because the companies I was working for, I saw an opportunity to learn because they are offering the electronic they're offering I would say the electronic books, and I would say the offering opportunity to you to upgrade, to upskill, and I have had the chance. I was not asked, but I saw a chance for me to go to a thing called Red Hat, where I basically sold myself, and I said, listen, if I could reach so far, if I could become team leader, or if I could become this much certificate, you must take me to your team. So this was me persuading a manager, taking me to to the team of the Red Hat Competency Center. However, the red line, as you can notice, is quite long, and it took me quite some time. I would say maybe more than 4 years, 4 years now. What do you think? Um, what do you think? Is it important for you to believe in your dreams? I mean, or if you don't have dreams, to believe in the circumstances what you are offered in life? Because I have always wanted to become a bank clerk, but I have never done this. Now I'm doing something I have never thought of. What do you think about these life circumstances happening weirdly? And do you grab them? Do you say yes to the opportunity, or basically you say no, I'm afraid, I don't think I can do it, and let me wait for the moment and I will think about it? In which group do you belong? Thinkers or doers? That's the question for you. Well, this is when I have started in 2016. I also said, okay, I would like to be introduced as your IBM ambassador. And I am not being afraid of saying that I am starting small, because to be honest, back in my country, everybody was proud that I got university degree, I got master degree. Now it is time to something PhD. And while you are listening to people what they thought your career should be, how you should be behaving, or where you to be situated, and the time is passing actually. So are you brave to start small, regardless your finished master degree or your highest reached level of career, of professionalism or degree? For me, I was very happy becoming customer service, as I knew that time German language, and for me it was the best skill I could ever offer to a company. And I thought to myself, it would be good to be 50-50. I understood this role not as degradation after my master degree and what my my let's say closest circles wanted me to see in, but I said I will see this as a progress, as a stepping ladder to something bigger. I did a lot of support, means for the first level technical, and this is where I actually started learning. I started learning basically while I'm being paid, and I offered from me back to the company German language skills, nothing else. So for me, doing customer service was all about socializing, volunteering activity as well, networking, and also I got support a lot around my learning, so I could see what I do really need to learn in order to be IT girl. I have no idea where I'm going, but I stick to this help desk for 2.5 years. And again, not that it is a very like you must do, but from my perspective, this is talking only from my perspective. It is that when you start doing something, you need to appreciate it. It is your choice, your time worth about mentioning. How about invest a bit in self-marketing? So this is my next helping tool, how I reached from, let's say, I don't know, average person to IT fields where I am currently recognized. I am searched or looked for to work within the teams. They want me to be the first one to collaborate with. And this is also part of how I did self-marketing. And because of LinkedIn, we have this free tool. How many of you use LinkedIn? Not every day. I don't do it every day. I do it once monthly. I'm writing article. If I am teaching, for example, now for my way to tech, I will write article for why my way to tech and how my way to tech, obstacles or 5 ways how to do IT something. Connection. LinkedIn is very important for connections. You will connect with some, I mean, go for the key persons, of course, for CEO or hiring managers, because they are important when they will pick you for the next interview round. LinkedIn also has a very nice recommendations part, which I really sometimes and oftentimes I'm asking my friends, my colleagues, to mention me in their feedbacks so I can show HRs, hunters for my maybe potential work to see what other people think about me and how valuable a person I am. Currently, like the last which I'm showing to you are from my colleagues, and they are very textual, rich in quality. So you can, of course, go get to know more about the person, how is she before you accept, right, to work, or before you invite her for an interview, why to go there. This is very helpful. Therefore, I would say that LinkedIn is something that you would need to have it in order to say what are your aspirations, what are your motivations, and what do you do actually outside of work. Do you do Erasmus studies? Do you write articles? What is your current position? What was your last position? And so on. I mentioned articles, and these are actually my weak point. I really want to create. If I don't know how to create, I use Canva. Example, interview. How many of you use canva.com? Canva is a tool where you can create such banners. It gives you a ready template. You're inserting your photo, text, adjusting to the thing that you want to promote yourself, right? We are doing now sales marketing. And writing an article takes maybe less than 10 minutes or maybe less than 30 minutes, I would say, and telling about what you were doing, why did you like it, speed mentoring for artificial intelligence, and we have amazing presentation of a person who doesn't only do Linux engineering, but also wants to maybe be present on IT conferences. So when someone sees this, maybe someone like very important person who is searching for their next mentors or their next speakers for a conference, they could say, okay, this is very nice addition to my project. I will invite her. Why I'm choosing artificial intelligence? Because several years ago, and I believe in the future, will be the hot topic of this world where we live in. Smart, strategically, and also, yeah, I would say short article just to mention what I'm doing in life. And added value is always important because yes, added value showing that you speak or you want to talk about artificial intelligence. You can use ChatGPT, right? Katerina, thank you for this input. So anyone else has used any artificial tools? I'm also sharing some insights about artificial tools, which lately are booming and they're free of charge. You can do everything in means of text to image conversion, or you can put image, then I don't know, create something better than that. It is amazing thing to have. This is DeepSeek. Yes, I have read also recently about DeepSeek. It has also booming on the market. Very nice. So have in mind that you should be also artificial intelligence literate to be able to step up from the pool of the people who are, let's say, average. But you, knowing something more about that, you are distinguishing yourself and you're positioning better. So in my case, that was it. I'm back to my presentation. So this actual LinkedIn helped me to tell about myself, and the first Czech, I want to say entering the Czech market, because I come from North Macedonia, was easier than ever only using LinkedIn, where people, they chose me to visit their, let's say, mini conference in Prague. I spoke to them, what was the reason, or where do you know about me? I found you on LinkedIn. So this is original advice, or like what I have heard that it works. And I didn't, when we are speaking about costs, I didn't pay anything using LinkedIn, right? Just me, my honest intention, and you are slowly entering to the world where you are positioning actually yourself to be. How many of you have heard about Women in Tech? Organization, which is currently in 200 countries all around the world. It shows its presence. And Women in Tech in Macedonia has big impact on me, means as a female, when we are lacking some confidence or where we are not unsure what to do. Should I do IT? I was just project management, or I didn't study anything, right? It has everything to do with the push up, with the support, and with the mindset, how they are preparing your mindset to think bigger for yourself. Women in Tech has webinars as well as what we are attending now and doing, just with one difference. They will focus on writing a resume, writing your CV. Maybe it can be customized. So to maybe help you in very short way to achieve what you want. The conferences, what they are doing, also helps you to meet people from abroad. They are inviting international speakers. And if you want, which is the very key point of why I really love Women in Tech, is if I wanted to be a mentor, or if I just want to be a public speaker, I could tell them, I see myself in 2025 public speaker, as a public speaker. And they would find me some conference, they would find me a chance, and they will firstly invite me to webinar, how I speak, how she speaks, or what she uses, term and vocabulary. They will fix you, correct you, make you custom ready, custom ready mentor. And then you are available to go to the conferences, let's say, of your dreams. So this worked for me. I believe, I dream a lot, but I believe in my dreams. And with, let's say, I don't know what phrase you are using, why not? Or if she can do it, I can do it. If he can do it, female, I can do it. Things like that. But first of all, think about how to help each other, how to maybe support each other, give constructive feedbacks. So it's all about this Women in Tech organization, which we are proactively seeking to maybe improve between each other in order to achieve our goal. This, what you see on the photo, is on the conference that it was made in Paris, and they have actually awarded Women in Tech Macedonia for the biggest impact award in education. Means they are really worth it. They educated, starting from me and many females and also males. They have pushed them forward, and now the members of such organization can be found to be speaking on very huge conferences, very having important places, maybe creating public speaking events, webinars, which are at the top of your game from or on their part of the organization. Very successful stories can be found on their webpage, Women in Tech. They can also be found on LinkedIn. This is what I can see here. Yeah, like this is the CEO of the LinkedIn. Imagine like she had 4 children at the time when she started her organization, Women in Tech. Means that she's leading organization for women in tech worldwide, and has a mission to empower 5 million women and girls in tech by 2030. And actually, we are really proud of all the chances she gives to us. And we can choose wherever we want to go on a conference, either it is Dubai or Paris. So I chose to go Paris because it is it was that time comfortable for me to join, and I am still looking forward for what this organization can do for us. The Women in Tech Macedonia. How I started. I said I would like to teach AI power tools for smart work. Means I have made investigation on AI tools free of charge for people who cannot afford. Of course, for professional, it is recommended to have the best paid version for their business. They were very prone to help me to start navigate my online webinar, giving me chance to speak, teaching me or giving me how to say very good advices how you should not speak, what you should not having in your speech, like too many like this. You know how to recognize this. We are still improving, right? So this is not, you are not doing one webinar and for all your life. As many you do as any other in your life, it is better. So the online presence is as much important as if you go for the presence in a physical, I would say, environment, as they are the conferences. So in Macedonia, on annually base, we are organizing VidCon conference, where all the new trends, all the new techy solutions are presented. The companies are there to show or to speak or to share their unshared success stories. So I had been awarded, I would say this is a big award for me myself, to be their support and as a part of the Women in Tech organization, where they are constantly helping me to do anything I think I should do in order to support my goal, and in the end of the day to be satisfied, right, with who you are today. But it is once a very important thing, you should be better than you are yesterday, and this is my favorite motto recently. You can, like, if you have something on your mind, you can ask, you can share, you can also think of, if you are part of such Women in Tech organization, what would you like to become? Where would you like to start? This is also like for me, I have forever wanted to be some IT, but I didn't know what. So I started by just like hot topics, like IT in AI in IT, right? There is now AI in human resources. So would you like to be human resources? Would you like to be IT? And you don't know what IT, because there is programming, there is web design, right? So there is Linux system admin, which doesn't require programming, not yet. And it is your part of the story. But if you have some questions, I will try to answer because I might have bigger overview of the IT, and depends on your location, Macedonia or Czech Republic. That will also means to me, how to shift my brain, because I have learned that the environments are not the same, the demands are not the same. And also, if I would do Linux in Macedonia, I would not be so much successful as I'm doing in Czech Republic, which it surprised me. How many of you think that IT conferences are important for your start in IT? And have you been to any IT conference? I'm speaking about IT, where you can see IT, maybe even robots like this here, where you can meet the companies, ABB, some anything like Splunk or Oracle, at least to touch the terms or to open up your perspective, to broaden up your scope. How many of you have been to IT conferences, and did you like it? And did you like it not? I would like to hear your experience as well. And where was it? Yeah, where was it? Was it locally in your home country, or would you like to go in IT conference so we can take a look together in the future? For me, I have been so far to Women in Tech conference. It was very empowering. Yes, still there are like 80% women, 20% men going, because maybe the name is misleading. They are not only for women. These conferences are also for men, and we are very lucky and happy to see that men are also coming. The conference I was in Austria, it was called We Are Developers, where they have gone deep into the code and they have shown robotics stuff. Still not for me, but it is very good to see how far the robotics sphere can go. And you can handshake with the robot, ask your name, he can give you coffee and etc. Equal Pay Day is currently my the conference which I am attending. I mean, they are inviting me because it supports. It is the biggest, let's say, conference in Czech Republic nowadays. Because it is supporting women and men equal pays, and this is 16th time in the row. But my third time in the row, how I will be attending to that one. So I placed those conferences here, one after another, because one conference, let's say the starter Women in Tech, led me to the second, and we are developers, me using LinkedIn, promoting that I have been there, what I have seen, what I have liked, right? Who I met, what I think. That led me to be found for Equal Pay Day as a mentor, and that Women's Leadership Empowerment Conference resulting in the end to be able to, I believe, to maybe to start thinking about maybe me becoming maybe manager in IT. Who knows, right? Why not? And it's very interesting how your brain can think. And as more crazy you are, I think this is better. And I think we are more reaching as women, the things which are more crazy for us, easier. What do you think? Let me know, because I'm going to continue with Ilona. You can tell me how much fast I should go. I would like to continue also for the speaking on the conference part.
You can still speak about speaking, but also you can move to the Linux. But you can still speak, I would speak.
Yeah, so I'm here speaking about Linux, and on this photo, I was very happy. I have had my first conference for the Linux, because after all these, let's say, self-building hackathons and IT conferences, that's why they are important for me. I had just one block before Linux. I had to think about dealing with sexism in the text industry. I had to change my mindset, if I can, into how can I do this, and that there is no one right way until you make it. And yes, for me, it was partially luck, more preparation, and a big hand of opportunity that led me to the mastering of the Linux universe. And my, yes, my passion combined with my 5 years of experience, if you remember, from customer service representative, I have done, being team leader, I have had enough. And I said, okay, there was something IT. And here it is. My Linux current position is that I wanted to learn about something which I didn't know before. And why I chose Linux? Because currently, actually, it is the most important system which all the huge industries are relying on. And you know, this Linux board, the mascot is Penguin, and the guy which I'm showing, Linus Torvalds, when he was very young age, like 21, he had actually gone back to his room and thought, why am I working? I mean, why I want to create my own, you know, system. So he has done this as a hobby. He built a system, he recreated it, right? All experience he had, and he has built a Unix machine that he was working on it at his university, and somehow currently it's freely available. Linux can be editable by many people and be now used as the relying operating system to, let's say, imagine bank servers. The kernel, so now a bit more of IT. I will not dive deep, okay, just to see what I was learning when I was first time Linux admin. We have, applications on the phone where there is the kernel, where they said it is the heart of the Linux system. It is actually a piece of software that runs on the top of the hardware, and hardware is the green mentioned CPU, memory, devices. And as a middleman, this kernel can make sure that multiple pieces of the software are not trying to do the same thing as the pieces of the hardware. And it is really acting as the traffic policeman, sitting between the applications and the hardware. This is Linux. However, this is how it looks like, Linux, when you open it from the shell. I am the root. This is my name. When I'm typing Iskra is my normal, let's say, normal username. But as soon as I elevate my rights, and as soon as I give the server a command that I want to do anything I wish to, I want to delete folders, to create directories, to increase the sizes of servers, to lower down CPUs, to damage the server, or to fix the server, I'm becoming root. So root is elevated name for Iskra. Root has privileged rights to do anything. The RHCS server, as it is mentioned after the monkey sign, this is the name of some server, right? And on the server, this is how we communicate to the server. If you want to be Linux admin, your thing is to know abbreviations. The first abbreviations, LSBLK. Anybody has any idea what it could mean, LSBLK? If you want to get an overview of currently existing devices, LSBLK is the first letter of any single keyword that you think when you want to list all those servers. Let's say I would name it block devices, and this is abbreviation of list block devices, LSBLK. So it is very intuitive. Of course, if you repeat, with anything you repeat, you will learn. Therefore, SDA stands for the disk, for the SCSI disk, A for the first one, right? So this is how they named it. And this is basically Linux. Linux says that you have a size of 30 gigs for the SDA disk, and that it is actually typed disk, right? So very, very, very intuitive. I like it because it is short and simple and it doesn't waste your time. And Linux by the numbers, they said that it was the biggest software project in this entire world, and with the biggest number of contributors. However, the guy Linus is not anymore a contributor. He's not anymore the coder. So he let other people who are hackers, who are professional developers, to edit the lines of code. And in the end of 2022, the kernel had contributions from 2,400, 300 developers, right? And therefore, actually now it explains why I went to Red Hat, because the major tech companies like Google, Meta, Red Hat, they have done all the biggest contributors in the coding lines of the Linux. Even the Microsoft contributes to the Linux kernel, although it is mainly to make sure that they can virtualize it, so like it's a benefit from their side. And it is nothing if you study something, it is nothing if you do not have the proactiveness and the passion. When I it is in my nature that I am doing extra things after without me asking nobody, because Introduction to Linux was my first self-made classroom education for my colleagues and to whoever wanted to join while I was employed in IBM. And together with my colleague, Samet, I have decided to, okay, without asking anyone, I think this is useful. I want to teach everybody who is interested, who might be interested to become our colleagues in Linux, because I liked it so much. I have built also for you an interesting, let's say, presentation of if you're interested in Linux, but you don't know where to start. I will show you how to do step by step in order to reach the, of course, IT exam, because in IT, you should realize that in IT, we are measuring the reliability of an admin by, of course, by years of experience. That is one for sure, but also if he's certified. Certifications are something which are professional and formal, and it also helps your company to say we are having 55, let's say, certified admins, choose us or give us project. So it is win-win for both you and the company. My certification, which helped me get to the position I am working, it is called Red Hat Certified System Administrator. And this is the visual representation of the mandatory certification model. I have studied 3 books, just 3 books, and I have done maybe 2 years of experience together with Samet. We were practicing, we were making mistakes, we were doing it, so we didn't give up. These are, let's say, 1 to 4 book leads to 1 to 3. After you finish this one, you're having the rapid track course, which will give you like fast overview of the first 2. When you're ready, feel like when you're really ready, you feel like you can do it, or you can do it with making failures. It's okay, it's all right. Do it because I have done it once, I have failed. I have done it twice, I have failed better. And I have done it 3 times, and the 3rd time it was a rock. And I passed the exam. Now nobody asked me how many times you have did it right. So I would not say you need to be worried about that. You worry about your goal, what you want to do, and it will come. Very important for me that I have done weekly plan, how to manage, because there are lots of starting points. Do you want to see yourself managing basic networking? IP, like to check your IP of the computer, what you're working on. Do you want to manage users and groups? Give them special rights. Okay, so this user should be able to see a folder, but another user should be not able to see his folder, not even delete it, right? As it is the same as we are, for example, on this presentation, Ilona gives me the right to share the screen, but actually at the behind of this Zoom tool, some Linux system administrator gave her the right since she logged in as a host. So they have managed the user host with the full rights and permission to give the groups as such as Iskra is in, right? Admin rights to share the screen. Do you get the logic about what Linux could be used for? So because for me it was a very logical tool to use, I have decided I'm going to dedicate my, let's say, 3, 4, 5, how long it takes to get the exam. Also in this Linux field, it is checked through this managed security, which is currently interesting if you would like to maybe go or to switch from Linux to maybe, let's say, you're bored in 2, 3 years and you want to go to cyber security. So you really need to know basic Linux in order to upgrade your future you. Configure local storage. Further on, we create configure file systems. We create simple shell scripts. So this is not coding. Simple shell scripts, 3 lines for deploy and configure systems, operate running systems, and then in the end, you do reflection to see, do I know what I studied for? The technologies, what we are learning when you do Red Hat Linux, it is Ansible and Python. because something from Ansible is written in Python and you need to learn at least how to read what was the failure and if I can fix it. So having said this, all of my like so far, right? Like I have done maybe once, 1 year, some progress in being either public speaking, webinar, attending on conferences or hackathons. I have then, almost last year from my new company, it's called Natec. I have been also invited with pleasure to speak or to hold a webinar for Linux, And as you can see here, I had 100 people applied to be attending on this classroom education for Linux. Means this was happening in Poland. So the importance of this Linux field happened to be very important, even maybe more than programming, I'm not sure. But you need to start, and if you would like to start from somewhere in IT, big and also, return on investments, we need to think about that. Well, this is a very good starting point. I would like to do with you mini quiz. Who is up for a mini quiz? Hands, raising hands. For a mini quiz for Linux fundamentals and skills assessment. Is there anybody saying no? I don't want mini. Oh, wait, what was lost in the note? Yes. So do we have everybody waking up soon? Soon to be started mini quiz. If you have all attention now, I would like to ask, what do you think? Only what do you think it's possible to happen here? Can I have both Linux and Windows as operating system on my computer? Yes or no? No. First answer is here. Yes. Who says yes? Micha. No. So we cannot. All right. Like, let's say we are maybe 60-40, right? And one more, I think Samet would agree, but Samet is not cheating. Okay. So the thing is, we can actually have both, Linux and Windows, because they are both operating systems. Actually, they say with dual boot, you can install Linux alongside Windows on your computer. But however, you need to choose which operating system you should use at startup. Mine is always Linux. We can have both Linux and Windows. All right, mini quiz for Linux fundamentals skills assessment number 2. What is the official Linux mascot? A rabbit, canary bird, a penguin, or a turtle? Yay! Yeah, it's a penguin. It is called Tux, the penguin. It's pretty much, if I have a possibility to show it to you here, but I don't think I still have it. I have closed it. We could have seen the tool where I'm working on the, yeah, super. It is a penguin. So it was a penguin. The question number 3. So this is, yes, let's meet Tux. This is the official mascot of the Linux kernel. It was Linux 2.0 really is released. That James who just said, let's name the penguin, And it was 1996, where actually it originated from Torvalds Unix Tux, right? Like they took the 3 letters from the guy who invented it, Linus Torvalds. Interesting. I have question number 3. How much it will cost me to get a standard version of Linux as my operating system? Is it same as Windows? What do you think? It's a lot more because it's professional, slightly less than Windows, or maybe nothing at all? How much it would cost me? More, less, or nothing at all? Any guesses? Yeah, a bit less. This is free of charge operating system. Distribution Linux is free of charge, nothing at all. It's completely open source and freely available to anyone. We can have it. Yay. Fourth question. The first movie in Hollywood, this is for the cinema, for the movie lovers. You need to know this. The first movie in Hollywood to use Linux is Titanic, The Dark Knight, The Godfather. And actually, we have the answer in this because this is for the detail-oriented people who can see difference in the letters. I have bolded it up by mistake. It's the Titanic in 1997. Linux is basically running the film industry in Hollywood. All blockbuster movies are now rendered on Linux farms. And it didn't stop here. For the mini quiz, thank you very much for having these insights and the inputs, the answers. It was really nice to see what you think. However, avatar effects rendered on Linux server farm, it required 4,000 servers and so many CPUs, terabytes of RAM, network area storage, huge. And imagine you, as a Linux admin, you could manage these servers, let's say. You could increase space, CPUs if you need it, and so on. Next one, Lord of the Rings used Linux. Mr. Robot TV show talks about Linux, GNOME, hacking, and it's awesome, right? And I don't know who watches this Mr. Robot TV shows, but since I read this fact, it's on my list to watch. I'm sure I will enjoy it. Next, does Linux go into space? What do you think? To the infinity and beyond, with a swarm of tiny computers costing under 1K each. SpaceX, Linux has gone into space before, the International Space Station and on Mars. And SpaceX, this is the project, right, that Elon Musk has, uses a custom Linux distro in its Starlink internet broadband satellites. If so far you were not amazed by Linux, so let's see the Linux because it is a real supercomputer operating system by choice. As per the latest report from 500 top companies, Linux now runs on all the fastest 500 supercomputers in the world. Like, I think that maybe 3 years ago, Linux from 500 top companies, Linux was running on all of them, but -3. Like, now these 3 companies also switched to Linux as well. And as time allows, I am going to maybe ending soon this presentation, if you allow me. My realizations were like, do not stop, when you are here in the middle, do not stop. Because before you start, it looks so big, like crazy, not possible, but then in the end, you're like, oh, okay, like me, like I can do this, task, like, just give me like seconds and then, so you don't have to be smarter than the rest. I don't know, what do you think? You just need to be more disciplined, I believe, than the rest and get started, right? And I have been very, let's say, neglected in the teams of men. Why would you like to do this? Are you sure? Why you chose Linux? Are you sure you can do this? Or I don't know. Or why do you switch now careers from project management to Linux? If you put this on LinkedIn, everybody will think you worth nothing, or you are not dedicated, or you are switching so fast, you are not professional, and things like that. Like, please, that's why we have 2 years. 1 year comes, another exits. Do not listen them, focus on your realizations about how to get started and take the first step. If you want something you have never had, you have to do something you have never done.